My envious sister-in-law hijacked our baby's name, but after I explained the historical meaning of the choice, she was mortified and actually demanded we pay for her to change it. After years of heartbreak and 3 miscarriages, my wife and I were finally expecting. At the 2-0-week scan, we learned we were having a son. I chose the name of my late Scottish grandfather who raised me, Alistair. For the middle name, we picked Thorne. Alistair Thorne, strong, traditional, and deeply personal. Thinking our family would be happy for us, we announced the name on social media when we were 6 months along. My sister-in-law, Brenda, immediately left several congratulatory comments. Brenda was also pregnant, just 2 months ahead of us. She has a history of mimicking us everything from our home renovations to our vacation spots. 2 days after our post, Brenda announced her son's name, Alistair Thorne, identical. I called her, and she just giggled, saying, "It's a free country. Since I'm giving birth first, technically, you're the one copying me." Her husband then called me, shouting that I was an entitled jerk for stealing their name, and warned me I'd regret it. Even my own mother told us to keep the peace and pick a new name because Brenda had dibs by being further along. Brenda had her baby first and threw a massive televised level naming party. She flooded Instagram with photos of Alistair Thorne, and our entire family played along, ignoring the fact that she had poached the name. 3 months later, our son was born. We named him Alistair Thorne as planned. I posted one photo. "Welcome, Alistair Thorne, named after the bravest man I ever knew." Brenda commented, "Are you serious right now?" And my mom accused us of being petty. I blocked them all for 2 months. Then last week, Brenda called me, sobbing. "You have to change your son's name," she wailed. I laughed and asked why. She was hyperventilating. I finally looked up the etymology. Alistair means defender of men, but Thorne is. It's so aggressive. My yoga group and my book club are making fun of me. They keep asking if I'm raising a warrior or someone prickly. They think it's a joke because I'm a pacifist and a vegan. She continued to scream that I had trapped her into picking a name that didn't fit her lifestyle. She actually had the nerve to ask me to pay the $300 legal fee for her name change because I tricked her. I told her, "Brenda, you stole a name that belonged to my grandfather without even spending 5 seconds on Google. That's your mistake, not mine." Her husband threatened to sue me for reputational damages, which is laughable. My mother called to suggest a compromise, but I told her I'm busy raising my son. Brenda posted yesterday that she's decided to just call her son Albie to distance herself from the aggressive middle name she fought so hard to steal. New script. My resentful sister-in-law plagiarized our child's name, and once I clarified the etymology to her, she was humiliated and even insisted that we finance her rebranding. After 4 years of struggle and multiple losses, my spouse and I were finally anticipating a child. During the midterm ultrasound, we discovered we were having a boy. I suggested the name of my beloved Irish grandfather, Callahan. We paired it with the middle name Vance. Callahan Vance, noble, resilient, and perfect. In my excitement, I shared the name on a family group chat during the second trimester. My sister-in-law, Monica, responded with dozens of heart emojis. Monica was also expecting, due 8 weeks before us. She has a reputation for duplicating our lives from our kitchen tiles to our breed of dog. 48 hours later, Monica broadcasted her son's name, Callahan Vance, word for word. I contacted her, and she brushed it off, stating, "Names aren't copyrighted. I'm delivering first, so you'll look like the imitator if you stick with it." Her spouse then messaged me, calling me unstable for claiming a name and telling me to back off. My own parents even urged us to move on and find something else to avoid a family feud. Monica delivered her son and held an elaborate gala to announce the name. She posted 100 photos of Callahan Vance, and our relatives showered her with praise, completely gaslighting us about the origin. 2 months later, our son arrived. We officially named him Callahan Vance. I shared a single post. "Welcome to the world, Callahan Vance," carrying the name of the greatest mentor I ever had. Monica commented, "Wow, the audacity," and my parents called us childish. I cut off contact for several weeks. Then, out of nowhere, Monica called me in a panic. "You must rename your child," she demanded. I asked her what the problem was. She was nearly screaming. I finally researched the origins. Callahan means little bright-headed one or frequent guest at churches, and Vance means someone who lives near a marsh. My social circle keeps asking if I'm raising a swamp-dwelling monk. They think it's a parody because I'm a staunch atheist and a minimalist. She ranted that I had lured her into adopting a name that clashed with her brand. She actually requested that I pay for her attorney fees to amend the birth certificate since I sabotaged her. I replied, "Monica, you hijacked a family name without doing any due diligence. That is entirely your burden." Her husband threatened legal action for intentional emotional distress, which is absurd. My father called to ask for a mutual agreement, but I told him I'm focused on my family. Monica updated her status yesterday, saying she's now going by Cal to avoid the marshland connotations of the name she was so desperate to take. Full story on the channel, link below.